be a part of a supportive and collaborative team who share a passion for making a positive impact. More information.
Might try that or a reinstall.
We're live now.
Thank you.
09-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. It's KCHW Morning Show. I was expecting the two wild and crazy guys. That's okay. It is Thursday. It is myself, Chuck Ritchie, and Scott Allen here. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. I had my mute button on, so it never played.
I flubbed that one. Oh, that was a mutual flubbing.
Okay. I was wondering, why is he talking and why can't he hear the sound effect? And then I went, oh, you muted your mic because you were going to cough right before the show started. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning. How you doing, Scott?
Let's start off with this then.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Oh, that's okay.
Hey, it's Thursday, and
Right?
I've been off the air for 5 days.
Wow. Is that
Yeah.
I was going to say that. Is that a record? But no, that's not a record.
It's not a record.
No, it's not.
A record. All right. Though since it's just been me and you on on Thursdays for a while, since Alan's been on sabbatical, we haven't been able to play that cool Three Amigos intro. I came up for one for just me and you. Would you like to hear it, Chuck?
I would love to hear it, Scott.
All right. I worked on this all morning. I think the end will really captivate you.
Okay.
Okay.
We are two wild and crazy guys!
Two Jedi have landed in the main hangar bay. We're tracking them.
I told you about them two.
Always two. There are a master and an apprentice.
Go, I'll stall them long enough for you two to get a head start.
These are the boys that were brought to trial. The judge sentenced them to 3 years in prison and suspended the sentence. Suspended the sentence?
Yeah.
They went free that very day.
Yeah, looks pretty bad. 2 of them are over here.
They may think it's twice as safe because there are 2 of them. But it isn't twice as safe. It's 10 times twice as dangerous.
There's 2 of them. One of them's got a gun.
Did you pay the gas bill?
So, all 2 of them?
Oh, yeah, you know we have 2 of them.
The only way we're going to get those 2 to successfully mate is if they are alone together.
1 gorilla, 2 gorillas. Big deal.
Told you like the end.
Yeah.
All right. Getting going this morning. Look at that weather forecast. Not a bad day. 61, but you do have overcast skies. Overcast tonight as well, down to 43. Very, very slight chance of any precipitation. Cloudy for your Friday, 64 and 40. And then just in time For the weekend, sunshine, 72 for Saturday, mostly sunny skies, 45 for an overnight low. Sunday, 74 and 42, partly cloudy. Look for some afternoon showers on Monday with a daytime high of just 54 degrees. Next week's work week, most of it spent right in the mid-50s.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a nice weekend. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you guys are lucky hitting the 72s. I'm just happy in our forecast here over here on the East Coast. We got sunshine, so while most of the path of totality for the eclipse was under cloud cover, I saw a lot of people like posting camera shots looking up at the sun, and it's all gray. But Maine had, and I thought it was maybe because it had said partly cloudy. Then a couple days before the eclipse, it was clear. And I thought maybe it was just an attempt at tourism, but it was actually not a cloud in the sky. I didn't want to ruin a good camera, so I used some old ones. You can see the shot behind me on our video feed today. And that is one I actually took with my camera.
Nice.
During the eclipse. It's pretty cool. Also, if you haven't checked it out on our Facebook page, I've got several photos. Chuck's placed some photos from other stuff that came through the news, but some that I took and a little video clip are on our Facebook page as well. Have you checked those out, Chuck?
I did. They're very cool. I meant to comment on them and click like, but I just didn't.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
You're welcome.
All right.
Sorry.
And are you sure we're live on Facebook this morning? I'm going to do a refresh here and make sure. We do. We have our little red button. If you want to join us, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or our website, kchw.org. You can watch the video and you can see that solar eclipse right behind my big fat head.
You're just used to me not pushing that button on Facebook.
I'm just testing. Kids for breakfast today, looking at the breakfast stick, cereal, fresh fruit juice, and your milk choice breakfast stick. I hear they're delicious. I sure would like to try one.
You know, they sell them at the store, and I don't know if they're the same ones, but I like them.
All right. For lunch then today, it is cheese pizza, romaine salad, fresh veggies, corn, fresh fruit, and your choice of milk. That's what the kids have for breakfast and lunch. All right. How's Wheels Got Talent going, Chuck?
It's going pretty good. We got another new sign up yesterday. They're trickling in. We have the deadline is Monday for signing up. We're going to do a big push over the weekend to try to get the last few of those spots filled up. Not a lot of people so far, about 20 probably, I'm guessing. So not terrible.
Have you hit the high school with a post?
I have tried trying to get them to answer my calls.
You just go down there with a flyer, go up to the front window and say, hey, we're doing the talent show, and give it to them, and they'll hang it up for you.
Okay. I'll head down there after the show. Maybe we can extend that deadline out a little bit through the end of the week and be able to get a full week in those schools with some posters up. So.
All right. If you know someone who's talented, tell them about the talent show. We're going to have big cash prizes, and it's a lot of fun. This is going to be our 6th one. Links for this are on our Facebook page. I pinned it to the top. It's got a real cool picture of one of our past performers, and those waivers and the sign-up form also at the top of our website at kchw.org and northernlightspublicradio.com. And we invite you to go sign up.
Yes.
Now, there's a little banner up there, and you can click on the banner, and it'll send Chuck and go to that page. It's chwheelsgottalent.com. But then Chuck is just going to say, you can put in your contact info, and then Chuck will send you the waiver.
Yeah.
So either way, we'll get it in your hot little hands. Tell your friends, share that link if you would, please. We need to get the word out more as we come down to the deadline to get people to sign up.
We are down to I will say though, so 2019, the prize money was $1,200. As of Tuesday evening, we hit $1,300.
Yeah. Inflation, baby.
Right? There we go. I was hoping to double it. There's still some time. If people want to donate to that prize money. You might not get your logo on the posters if you're a business. But yeah, support our local artists and our performers.
Best thing is it's going through us, so it's tax deductible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go. But that's exciting. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good show.
It is gonna be a good show.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do a few news headlines, and we'll catch up with that community calendar a little bit later. One of the things that shocked me was even after all the hype about the eclipse and all the warnings and the glasses everywhere, tons of stories since the eclipse about people who damaged their eyes. Duh.
Yeah. Stop it, people.
All right. A few quick news headlines. House GOP's infighting resumed yesterday. After hard-right lawmakers blocked the reauthorization of a key anti-terrorism rule under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, 19 conservatives broke with Speaker Mike Johnson to block the rule, Section 702, which allows for targeted surveillance of foreign nationals without warrants. Don't come to America. We're going to watch you.
Wow.
Donald Trump pushed legislators to kill the bill. Why is our former president controlling the GOP? It's such an embarrassment.
It doesn't make any sense.
Let's have our own minds here, okay?
Right.
All right. Let's see. Seeking to draw closer ties to mega forces, what's Johnson going to do? He offered Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who voted against the FISA rule, an advisory role and plans to meet with Trump today. All right. All right.
You're just speechless now.
It's like getting a basket of nuts. All right. Internet providers are now required by the FCC to show their fees and download speeds on standardized nutrition labels. Meant to give customers more transparency when selecting their internet plan.
I like that. Are they actually going to label them nutrition labels? I kind of like that, actually.
Justice Department announced a final rule to close the so-called gun show loophole that now requires all sellers to obtain licenses and all buyers to undergo background checks. It's going to have a few states out there like Maine and Idaho very, very upset.
Yeah.
All right. Republican lawmakers in Arizona shut down a proposed repeal of the state's new legislation criminalizing nearly all abortions. Meanwhile, Trump said the new law goes too far. Hamas said it's currently unable to track down the 40 Israeli hostages needed for the proposed ceasefire deal with Israel, raising concerns that more hostages may be dead than publicly known.
Oh.
All right. And in entertainment, Margot Robbie's production company developing a new movie after her success with Barbie, which plays off the classic board game of Monopoly.
That could work. Except it's going to be really long and kind of boring, and it's never going to have an ending.
That's right. So the kids wanted to play Monopoly, so we're all over at Lindsay's house playing Monopoly, and me and Jet were working it hard. I think it was one of the longest games of Monopoly we ever played, and we finally were so tired we just called a draw. I've never done that at Monopoly before, where it was just like, okay, I'm paying you because you got all hotels, and you're paying me and nobody could get anywhere. And
right.
We got.
It's like we used to play Risk with our family, and we stopped doing it because we had one game that lasted, we'd play for a couple hours a day for probably a month. And it's just like, you know what? We're never, ever going to finish this game. So,
yeah. Monopoly was a little too long.
Yeah.
All right. Happening today in baseball, Royals play the Astros 2:10 Eastern on Fubo as they try to extend their winning streak. PGA Tour Masters Tournament is slated to tee off at 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, but there may be a rain delay for that Masters tournament. For late, I'll skip that one. In basketball, the Warriors play the Trail Blazers 10 p.m. Eastern on NBC Sports as they try to improve their seeding. And that looks like it as far as the sports tags that I had for national stuff.
There you go. I know these the basketball. I keep seeing these reports on the women's basketball and how there was one. I think their viewership was almost double what the men's basketball team was. I'm like, wow, it's kind of cool to see a sort of a sport that's been sort of long under the radar that's really just blossoming and becoming main.
We're looking for something new.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. So cool stuff.
All right. Next story I had is just kind of an example of divisive politicians. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, mega Republican, shortlisted as a potential running mate for Donald Trump in November, now legally barred from visiting 10% of her home state.
Wow.
And can be thrown out of those places if she violates the order. Standing Rock Sioux Tribal Council voted on Tuesday to formally banish Noem from its reservation over recent public statements she made, suggesting, among other things, that Native American tribal leaders are in league with drug cartels, Mexican drug cartels. She also accused Native American parents of not being involved enough in their children's lives and blaming them for poor academic performance in tribal areas. Standing Rock Sioux tribe is the third Lakota tribe in South Dakota declared known persona non grata following a banishment by the Oglala Sioux announced on March 18th and another by the Cheyenne River Sioux on April 5th. State of South Dakota does not have criminal jurisdiction on any of its 9 Native American reservations. Nome has been notified not to trespass. Let's see. People's Law Project told the Daily Beast of the Standing Rock Sioux banishment, the tribe has the right to remove her if she trespasses on any of their lands.
Wow.
They added, banishing the governor does nothing to solve the problem of her. I love it. Utah
Bad.
Dam, Salt Lake City workers hurriedly tried to shore up a rural Utah dam after a 60-foot crack had sent water pouring into a creek and endangering 1,800 residents of a downstream town. It's kind of scary.
Wow.
I think they got it under control, but you know how ground gives away when there's that much water flowing and flowing and flowing? Kind of scary.
It is scary.
I'd have my go bag packed.
Right? Be ready.
Right. On the hills yesterday of the 2 parents being sentenced to 15 years in prison for their child who was a school shooter. An educator at a Virginia school where 6-year-old shot a teacher had a shocking lack of response, a grand jury has found, and that former assistant principal is being held criminally liable for her lack of response during that shooting. Where she was informed that the 6-year-old child had a gun and didn't take immediate steps to do anything about it. She is facing 8 counts of felony child abuse and neglect, each count carrying up to 5 years in prison.
Wait, so she had reports that a 6-year-old in a school had a gun and didn't immediately remove said child from the school
or call the
gun.
police or take actions to try and protect him.
Wow.
Let's see. It says Werner was injured by one of the 6-year-old students despite multiple warnings from staff members and other students who believed the boy had a gun and posed an imminent threat on the day of the shooting. Dr. Parker's lack of response and initiative, given the seriousness of information she had received, is shocking, according to the report. Gives further details about the events leading up to the shooting and during it. Among them, after the boy shot the teacher Werner at less than 6 feet away, he tried to fire again but was thwarted because the gun had jammed.
Wow.
Scary stuff.
That is really scary.
I think that's probably a necessary, kind of change of things that we haven't seen in our judicial system to hold the parents accountable. Because in like the first case I was talking about where they each got 15 years, the school called them, they came in, and then they opted to go back to work instead of taking their kid home. They said they couldn't miss work. And then horrible stuff happened. So
a 6-year-old, I mean,
it's crazy.
You got to take steps to keep this from happening. I mean, this doesn't just happen because, it's not like a 6-year-old's gonna have some tricky ways of getting around it. He's 6. There's something happening that's allowing that kid access. Yeah,
he shot the teacher, stood there staring at her, and went to pull the trigger again, but the gun jammed.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely insane.
All right, some happier news. Hollywood loves a sequel, even if it takes 30 years, and it's apparently time for Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about that.
Shooter McGavin's coming back too. Got to watch the video for those special effects.
That's, I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan, but that was one of the good ones. That movie was classic. That was pretty funny.
All right. Ken's checking in this morning online. Thank you for that, Ken.
Good morning, Ken.
All right.
I'm excited
all right.
for the
I'm going to show
sequel.
this one as a picture.
Okay.
This is also a bonus if you're watching online. This story, real castaways.
Really?
U.S. Navy Coast Guard operation on Tuesday rescued 3 mariners stranded on a Pacific Ocean inlet. Well, islet. I don't even actually know what that
islet
is. It's kind of an island, right?
Yeah, I think.
Right.
I just always thought it was like a small island, maybe.
Yeah. And I saw the picture of it. It is very tiny, but they did it all Gilligan's Island. Look at the palm fronds spelling out the word help and their little shanty.
Oh,
yeah.
I got to say, being in this situation would probably be terrifying, but is that not like every 10-year-old's dream? I mean,
Knowing my luck, though, I'd be stranded alone.
oh. Wilson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What would you want? 3 things you'd want on a desert island, Chuck.
I've actually thought about this, and hear me out here. A tennis ball or a racquetball would be one of the first things on the list because it gives you something that you can do repeatedly over and over again that would sort of help pass the time.
Okay.
Probably a good book, maybe.
Okay.
Gosh, how do you limit it to 3? Probably some sort of like a cell phone would be nice, Scott.
Then you're not going to be stranded on a desert island.
I know.
Or a cell phone that doesn't work and can't be charged. That's a bad choice, Chuck. I'm just saying.
I would think some sort of like multi-tool or something, a Leatherman, even a good pocket knife or something would be a necessity, I would think.
You want to hear my 3?
Yeah.
Unlimited nacho cheese Doritos.
There you go.
Mary Ann, because Ginger was just way too material.
She was. Mary Ann was the star.
Mary Ann type girl. And probably Thai stick.
That's true. There you go.
I'm stranded on an island. Come on. All right. These guys, though, the 3 men have been planning to fish the waters around Paiklot Atoll, part of the Micronesia, on March 31st when their 20-foot open skiff was caught by swells and its outboard motor damaged. They scrambled ashore on uninhabited Paiklot, but the radio ran out of battery power before they could call for help. Castaways gathered palm fronds from the 31-acre island, arranged them to spell out help on the beach, and waited for a week.
Wow. It was only supposed to be a 3-hour tour.
Exactly. It's horrible.
That's not
I imagine the first day was kind of cool.
Yeah.
A nice thing is that island is used for fishing, and it had a well. Wow. The only thing on the island was a well, so they were able to stay hydrated, which is very, very cool.
That is very important.
And my last story is here, right out of Lincoln, Maine. Okay. We have a Quickie Mart called Why Not Stop. It's kind of a Quickie Mart / restaurant, but it's kind of like our Spoko. They're really into the chicken. And during the eclipse on Monday, they sold 9,000 pounds of chicken.
Holy cow!
9,000 pounds.
Like in one store or just across the chain?
In one store in one day, 9,000 pounds of chicken.
That is absolutely insane.
Oh, excuse me. He had bought 9,000 pounds of chicken. He sold 7,500. Close enough. But that's still a lot of chicken.
That's probably still a profit. Yeah. Traveling through the South, man, the gas stations are the best chicken.
Oh, I bet.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet.
You get the best fried chicken and like fresh chicharrones and pork rinds and good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, let's move on to bits and breaks. And Chuck has my horoscope this morning, and he told me it wasn't very good.
No, it's usually not, Scott. Hold on, let me get there. So I looked at your horoscope this morning, Scott. I'm not sure you're going to be ready for this day. It says, remember, you can't fail if you don't try.
So I'm just always going to fail?
But if you try, don't worry, Scott, you'll fail.
Okay. I think it's better to know in advance.
That's harsh.
It's not nice at all, Chuck.
No,
wow.
It's not. I'm sorry, Scott. Wow. I don't make this up. I just tell it like it is.
You're just reading something, right? You're just reading something you were told to read. Nothing to do with the truth. All right, here we go. Things you didn't know yesterday. Squirrels run faster up trees than on flat surfaces.
I can see that. Yep.
Amazon River, over 4,000 miles long and doesn't have any bridges.
That one, I was reading that one earlier. That is fascinating.
Wow. I would have never guessed it.
Huh.
Right. Into an individual blood cell takes about 60 seconds to make a complete circuit around your body.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a food 7 seconds to get from your mouth to your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
One human hair can support 6.6 pounds.
Yep. Yes. That's a
I'm gonna
lot.
test that.
That's like more than a pound. We talked about this yesterday. That's like more than a pound of like a bag of sugar.
Earth's core changes direction about every 70 years, so the fact that the planet is slowing down might not be that big a deal.
Mm-hmm.
90% of those who die from hurricanes die from. I think some of these came up yesterday. So
They did.
That one. That's just awful depressing.
Well, we talked about the Earth core changing, and that probably has something to do with Sasquatch and eclipses. I'm just saying. No.
Could be. All right. I stole this from, I think, one of the days that I was gone and we didn't have a show, Monday or Tuesday. Understanding terms of measurement with Chuck Ritchie. He's going to educate us. Good job, Chuck.
Oh, we did this one yesterday too, Scott.
Well, what's it? You want to skip it then?
Yeah, let's skip it. We did. It's a good one, but we did it yesterday.
All right. Did you do the 3 or 4 word obituary?
We did not, Scott.
Okay, all right. So, guy in Sweden wrote his obituary. When he died at age 92, the newspaper printed what he wrote: "I am dead." So the question is, Chuck, what would your 3 or 4 word obituary be?
Oh man, that's a tough one to come up with on the spot. I would say something like, "I did my best." I don't know.
All right. I worked some out. I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget them.
Okay.
All right. And I think this first one you might agree with.
Okay.
So my obituary, was that a squirrel?
Oh, yes. Yes, that would be me.
Another one I would be okay with. Should have used my blinker. All right. I want this one for sure on my obituary. Please keep refrigerated.
Yeah. Wow, that's dark.
And of course, my last one, and probably the best one, I'll be back.
Or piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy. Piece of candy. Piece of candy.
Hold my beer.
All right. What?
Hold my beer.
Famous last words.
Probably the most common last words on the planet.
So I think I had it when I was grabbing some stuff from Miss Days. I apparently made a little mistake. Have we done? Did you guys do the next one yesterday?
No, we didn't.
Well?
We didn't.
Oh, then go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah. So these are what people shared on Reddit on things their parents wouldn't allow them to do growing up. Did you have some things your parents wouldn't allow you to do growing up?
The worst one I think was not letting us watch Saturday Night Live because it was too dirty.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just not allowed to ever say anything to my parents ever that contradicted what they said, even if they were wrong.
Smack.
They could be holding up a white sheet of paper and say, "This paper is purple," and I could say, "No, it's white," and yeah, there would be consequences for that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Don't argue. No arguing whatsoever.
None whatsoever. So this person says we weren't allowed to watch MTV. My mom blocked MTV on the living room, but she didn't block it on her bedroom TV. So my sisters and I would get home from school and watch MTV in my parents' bedroom, memorize the channel it was on when we turned it on, memorize the previous channel it was on, and then switch it back to those 2 channels when we saw her coming up the driveway.
Ooh. That's a good one.
You know, next time I'm at my parents' house, I've said this before, I'm going to put the parental lock on Fox News. They will never figure it out.
Never be able to figure it out?
They will never figure it out. Yeah.
It's a good one.
We weren't allowed to go out during a thunderstorm. My sister was allowed outside, but I wasn't. Well, did they not care about their sister? Like, we want you to stay in here and be safe, but your sister, go play in the thunderstorm. It's okay.
Mom and Dad don't love you as much as they love me.
What? That's crazy. This one's funny, but I kind of get it. My mom made me turn off the TV or radio when McDonald's commercials came on.
Oh.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. This person their parents wouldn't let them go to concerts at all, ever.
Oh.
That's a weird, I mean, why not a concert?
Well, all right. So if you're younger than 16, concerts can be dangerous.
Yeah, that's true.
You're over 16, you're probably going to be dangerous.
Well, I mean,
Just saying.
there's even like church concerts and stuff too, right? If that was the reason, I don't know. I get.
Oh,
that.
Carrie just logged on. She's making fun of me for not listening to the show on Wednesday and know you had already done those jokes. She got me. I'm busted. All right.
Wow. This person said we weren't allowed to walk on carpet after my mom vacuumed because she liked the lines. We also couldn't use the bathroom for about an hour after she cleaned because it was clean. I understand that one. Then the last one here, whistle. And the reason, it apparently attracted burglars.
At least that's what she told them.
I can understand, sensory things, not liking the whistles or it hurting your ears, but burglars? If anything, it would keep them away, I would think.
Yeah, I don't think so. There's people home.
So speaking of the show yesterday, did you know we had Keith Cochran on, our police chief?
I've been meaning to go back and watch it, but I ended up watching TV last night. Sorry.
And we had a special. So he came on because there were some news reports of Sasquatch that we'd been reporting, and he had his own Sasquatch stories to tell. And we actually had a surprise guest appearance from Sasquatch himself.
Really?
Yeah. He walked into the studio right in the middle of our interview. It was crazy.
All right, so it's on camera if I go back and watch the video?
It's on camera.
That's awesome. Did you have anything to do with setting that up, Chuck?
I may have. And I think shortly before then, I think K.S. Brooks walked in the building shortly before then. I don't know if Sasquatch did something to her or if, I'm just saying it's a weird coincidence.
If you want somebody to put on a weird costume, she's the one.
Pretty much. Or to make you put on a weird costume.
Yeah, I'd do it too.
There were also Sasquatch reports over the weekend in the city park and around town. Yeah, like the Yale Press walking downtown in the street through the park. Yeah, lots of
tourism thing where every weekend
lots of activity,
people come in, like hunting Pichiku, and they got to find Sasquatch somewhere in Chihuahua.
Yeah, you got to be careful though, because not everybody hunts with a camera.
That's true. That's true. There was a story several years back where a guy was on the side of the road and jumping out at cars, and it scared a young lady, and she took him out with the car. So it could be playing those kind of fun pranks, like we like to do, could have a dark side. Just saying.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah. Don't shoot first just because you think it's a Sasquatch.
It's probably a teenager in a costume. Or K.S. Brooks. I'm just saying.
All right, let's play. Are you up for a little game of Would You Rather or Would You Rather Not?
I am. I'm always up for a game of Would You Rather, Scott.
All right, would you rather lose all your old memories or never be able to make new ones?
Holy cow. That one is tough.
Rather lose all your memories or never be able to make new ones?
I mean, neither, but probably never be able to make new ones. I don't know.
78% are with you on that. Just 22 for the old ones, because like your kids being born and stuff like that. You know, for people that have kids, you're not going to want to forget that stuff.
No.
So you're going to hang.
But then at the same time, if you make new ones, then they become old memories. So then would you lose those ones as well, or would there be like a definitive stopping point?
I don't know. It's kind of like immediate Alzheimer's. You know, you can't remember what you did 5 minutes ago, but you can remember all. My dad could tell stories from his entire life, but he couldn't remember what he's supposed to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. Would you rather have unlimited sushi or unlimited tacos?
Oh, man. Why are these questions so hard?
It's punishment.
I'm gonna say since it's unlimited, that means there's no saying we can't have the other one still, just not unlimited. I'm gonna go with unlimited tacos.
Yeah, unlimited tacos, definitely.
And
good choice.
You can have so many variations of tacos. Yeah.
Would you rather live in a world where all food is sweet or all food is savory?
Savory.
59% to 41%.
That was an easy one. You ever have like times where you just, you have something sweet for breakfast and then you have something sweet for lunch and then there's just like you just get too sweeted out and you can't have anything else sweet.
I've always been even before I started controlling my diabetes with food. I could never like pancakes. I could eat them for dinner, but not for breakfast. All that sugar, it just made me sick to my stomach. All that syrup.
Yeah, and the sugar first thing in the morning it's not good for you. It's weird.
I'm wondering why I got diabetes.
It's weird how many breakfast foods are sweet when it's like the worst time of the day to eat sweet food. Yep.
Very bad for you.
Yep.
All right. Not that we're dissing on pancakes. They do have the new protein pancakes, which are not too bad. So
I've had some frozen protein waffles that were pretty tasty. Yeah.
All right, Chuck, you ready to share some weird demands by bosses?
I am, and these are things that you've all asked me to do here at the radio station, Scott. especially the one about being a surrogate mother. No, these come from the jobs website Career Builder. They compiled a list of the strangest things bosses have asked their workers to do. This one boss asked employees to be prepared to delete all emails and computer files at a moment's notice.
Because we're doing something illegal.
Wow. Install a delete button on the desktop. Wow. This boss asked their employee to be a surrogate mother for her more than once.
That's kind of creepy.
That is. Like, stop asking me. This boss asked an employee to buy a rifle for him, and he would reimburse the employee. That's a weird request.
Yeah. Can you go down to the store and pick up a rifle and bring it back by the shop? And could you bring some bullets too?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just don't. No reason. No particular reason. Just This boss asked their employee.
It's time for performance reviews.
Performance reviews. Wow.
Only in Stevens County.
I think it's to prevent people from coming and asking for a raise. So this boss asked the employee to go online and post false good comments about him. Can you go online and talk about how great I am?
Please. Here's $20.
This boss asked their employee to come up with a science fair project for their daughter.
Ooh. Way to multitask as a boss.
Right? I mean, that one, it's weird, but, maybe they just really needed the help and they were friends. I don't know. That is a weird request, though. This boss asked their employee to fire the boss's brother.
Ooh.
That one I can see, though, because you wouldn't want to fire your own brother, so have someone else do it.
You know what I had to do once?
What's that?
Fire my roommate.
Wow.
Yeah. That was awkward. My boss asked me if they wanted to do it, and I said, it's part of my job, isn't it? It shouldn't matter if he's my roommate. But.
Yeah. I once had the ultimate awkward having to fire somebody. I was working as a banquet manager for a catering company. Previously, a couple months before, I had choked on a piece of prime rib, and I had it to be resuscitated. I actually died. I had to have CPR to be brought back. The bartender that saved my life, I had to fire him 2 months later. Yeah. He literally was responsible for me being alive today, and I had to fire him.
Wow.
Because he was drinking on the job. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah.
That's horrible.
That was really, really. I felt so bad and so awkward, and I asked them, I'm like, don't make me do this, and they're like, it's your job. I was like, holy cow.
But he saved my life.
Right. And they're like, that's why you're the one that should do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't get that science, but okay.
No, I didn't either. So this one, the boss asked their employee to lend him money for a down payment for a car. Well, there's a lot of times when the employees make more money than the boss.
Could be.
The like right here. Like right
Oh,
here.
yeah. Hey, I don't get nothing.
I know.
How did that work out?
Sorry, Scott. So the boss asked the employee to search an abandoned office building for furniture and supplies they could use. That's like some post-apocalyptic stuff right there.
Yeah.
They're drawing out lines in the sand. You go over here. You go in that building over there. Wow. So the boss asks employee to search. Oh, no, I already did that. Boss asks employee to clip her dog's nails.
He bites.
Right? I can't do it. This boss asks her employee to help her plan her wedding. That's not that bad, I don't think.
No.
This boss asks her employee to remove her stitches.
Ooh.
Remove her stitches.
That's creepy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, it's want to know if there's anything else weird that either of our bosses have ever asked us to do.
I can't remember one that really stood out.
I had a boss once ask me to host a morning show on the radio. It was so weird. Like, okay.
Huh? You caught on quick, though, my son. You caught on quick. All right. You like roller coasters, Chuck?
I don't know. Yes and no. Sometimes they're okay. Other times, no.
I think a lot of times it depends on where you are on the coaster. Because I had, I'll pick on Silverwood a little bit. Timber Terror, far too jerky for me.
Yeah.
But that one that's like a bus station where you're strapped in it, standing up, and they take you up backwards and drop you vertically and stuff. That one's amazing. But then I rode the one that goes underground up there, and I've ridden it before. It was fine, but I think I was in the back, and it actually hurt my neck every time the thing jerked up and down.
Oh yeah.
It felt like it was like crushing my spine. So yeah, I think it depends. I definitely like the smoother ones because I'm old.
Yeah. I think the middle is the best place to be. That's where you get the smoothest ride. I do not like being in the tail. I like the vertical drops, but things that go round and round. Ooh, you don't want to be next to me on that.
I tried to be safe and get one of those neck things, that go around your neck for when you have a neck injury.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't let me on because I had a neck injury. I said, it's not real. I'm just trying to protect from getting one. They go, you can't wear that.
I guess you were all bundled up, you got wrapped in bubble wrap.
For some reason they wouldn't let me on.
I thought it was because you didn't meet the height requirements, Scott. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Shut up, Wesley.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
We walked into that one. But
How dare you? No, how dare you? No, how dare you? How dare you? No, how dare you? You dare to damn me? How dare you? How dare me when I how dare you? You big peepee head.
I think we should practice that one and do it live.
We should. But that joke, we walked into that together holding hands side by side, Scott. Frolicking.
All right. See, here's some crazy roller coasters that I found. These speeds are amazing. Falcon's Flight, Six Flags, Odidja, Saudi Arabia. Top speed, 156 miles per hour.
Wow.
This coaster is also the tallest and longest coaster.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would make
Formula
sense for the
Rossa. I've done 156 miles an hour before, and it was in a black car that sometimes drives around Chihuahua.
Really? That still drives around Chihuahua?
140. It still drives some days. I don't know if you can still, but it was long and black, and up until I left, you could still see it moving around Chihuahua sometimes. I'm not going to name names. I'm going to protect the innocent.
Sounds like this is not the innocent, Scott.
Let's see. Formula Rossa, Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, 149.1 miles an hour. All right. And how about one from America? Fastest in America in New Jersey at the King Dakar, Six Flags Great Adventure, 128 miles an hour. That's fast.
Wow. I've never really been on a super fast one. I don't really, kind of I'm partial to water rides and log rides. The ones that go slow.
Sure.
That's my speed.
That's your speed.
Something on a nice warm day and you kind of kick back and you're going through the water and then you might occasionally, there's a splash. Yeah, that's my speed. I like that.
Time to pay Chuck back for making fun of me.
Right?
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
It's that guy, Chuck Ritchie.
It's me.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
Squirrel!
I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, just teasing, Chuck. You're really good at trivia. And
Not
here's your
always.
chance to prove me wrong.
Okay, let's go.
Before the company changed its name, the logo had a nickname, Larry.
Larry. And any clues to what this company might produce or sell or offer? Is it food?
It is not. It's social media.
Oh. Wasn't that the name of the bird from Twitter?
Yeah, Larry
Okay.
Bird.
Yeah.
It's funny. His name's Larry Bird, and he looks like a bird.
I think that's the point.
It's irony. All right. I'm sure he's used to it. Americans will miss more than 3 million days of work this year because of what?
Because of their dog.
Think about Tuesday.
Think about Tuesday. Wasn't that the day of the eclipse?
No, that was Monday.
Oh, that was Monday. Okay. Because of elections?
Nope.
No.
This is just pertaining to you. Think about Tuesday. Why did you miss the morning show? I'm giving this away.
Oh, because of illness, because of sickness.
What kind?
The allergies.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
See, you can lead a DJ to water and get him to drink it. Spy the lie, Chuck. 58% of all major football injuries are to the knee. Redheads require more anesthesia to go under for an operation than other hair colors do. And each year, 30,000 Americans are seriously injured by treadmills.
I'm going to go with the redhead thing.
You're not going to believe it. It's true. If you would have ever abducted a redhead, you would have known this, Chuck.
Oh, that's true. They are much more pain tolerant as well.
All right, next guess. That's a tough one. 58% of all major football injuries to the knee, 30,000 injured by treadmills.
I'm going to go with the treadmill because the knee injury seems correct, doesn't it?
You're right.
Yeah.
That's a lie for the treadmill, but 30,000 people each year are injured by their own exercise equipment, especially when it comes to life.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to life.
All right. This happens every 45 seconds in the U.S. It's a scary thing.
Okay.
You'd never want to come home and find this.
Somebody in your home.
No. Doesn't have to do with your home, though.
A fire?
Yeah, fire. Every
Okay.
45 seconds in the United States, house fire.
Wow. That's scary. The house fires are terrifying.
I got a weekend project planned. There are 16,000 of these in the United States. What are they?
Hardware stores.
Hardware stores. Also another easy one.
Right? That one was easy. Yeah.
90% of wildfires are started by what?
Camping? Campers? Campfires?
Good. I'll take that. Humans.
Humans. Okay.
Us humans.
I was debating between campfires and cigarette butts getting flicked out the window.
3% of us, which are both humans. So that would have been a tough one.
Yep.
3% of us have done this with our pet. Just 3%.
Just 3%.
Yeah.
Is it a weird one?
Yeah.
Have they had their pets married to each other?
No, but that's obviously weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Legally
It
adopted them?
it has something to do with bathing, but it's not a bath.
They have 3%.
Yeah, I've actually done this. I'm in the 3%.
I can't even imagine. I don't even know, Scott. I give up.
All right, 3% of us have done what with our pets? Taken a shower.
Oh, that seems like that would be more common than that.
Baths maybe, but showers, it's kind of hard.
Well,
Especially like imagine your big dog and taking it into the shower. How well is that going to work out for you?
I have to say I have done it. And sometimes it is easier because, trying to wrestle the dog around, especially when they don't want to be in there. If you can have more time to like sit and get the dog relaxed, and you're also you're going to get wet anyway, so you might as well just get in there. And I don't think I've done it. I think I've worn like swimsuit or something because there's usually somebody else involved that's trying to help. But yeah, I've gotten in the shower with the dog before and just kind of get in there and soap them up and grab the removable handle and rinse them off. I don't think it's
nothing weird, but I'd like to see a video of somebody trying to shower with a cat.
I'll buy that for $1.
Nothing weird, serious. Just want to say the melee. All right, let's see. I used to shower with my parrot.
With your parrot?
With my parrot. They love to take a bath.
I think I've seen that before.
So you just I had a stand for the shower, and you just
Mhm.
put it on the other end of the shower, stand them up, and you can spray them once in a while, and they love it.
That actually sounds pretty nice. And then you can
It
sit
is.
there. You can have someone to talk to while you shower.
And they sing and dance and stretch out their wings, and yeah, it's pretty cute.
Yeah.
All right, your body has tend to just watch out for the talons. Oh,
ow!
And that beak too. Okay, sorry.
I do have a dog that refuses to let me go to the bathroom alone.
That's kind of typical.
Like, he will actually injure himself before he lets me close that bathroom door without letting him in. Yeah.
Nope. I had another joke, but I'm going to leave it alone, Chuck.
Okay.
Right, your body, Chuck, has 10 to 20 billion miles of what?
Nerves.
No.
Blood vessels.
No.
Muscle fibers.
No.
It can't be hair. Not on me anyway.
All right, let's say your body has 10 to 20 billion miles of what? Let's say now, because you've gotten so many wrong answers, your body only has 10 billion miles instead of 20.
Brain cells.
No.
No. What? What else could there possibly be?
Surprise!
DNA.
Oh my goodness.
DNA. All right.
Okay. It's everywhere.
I can't believe this. On average, a woman does this 5 times a day. Well, men do it 3 times a day.
Smile?
No.
Laugh? Am I even on the right track?
No.
No, okay. Ooh.
Well, I guess you're kind of on the right track in the fact that it might be something they say.
They greet people? They say hello?
Well, not a hello.
They get angry?
Probably not. Or maybe they did, but they're not anymore.
They say bad words?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Women
Okay.
do it 5 times a day, and a men does it 3 times a day, but you expect men to do it a lot more.
Huh. God, I'm doing bad at these today.
Yeah, you are.
You'd expect...
It's an apology.
It's an apology. Oh, wow.
So I guess
See,
that could be, you know how some
never-
people say sorry over
Yeah.
nothing?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I would have definitely I would have never in a million years guessed that. I figured men apologize a lot more than women do. Yeah.
Yeah, you would think. Well, we probably should.
Right? No wonder they're always so mad at us.
Yeah, yeah. All right, another spy the lie, Chuck.
Okay.
Approximately 90% of human population has an any belly button. Most statues created before the year 1800 were made out of a mixture of cement and pigeon poop. And a group of bears is called a sleuth. Which one's the lie?
I know a group of bears is called the sleuth.
All right, so now you're between the any belly button and the pigeon poop.
I'm going to go with pigeon poop. I'm gonna go with
It
pigeon
is a
poop.
lie.
Okay.
Well, they'd never use that in a statue. It was just cement.
Yeah, and it seems like the pigeon poop would wear away in the rain, even if it was mixed with cement.
So if you were in the 10% of the population that has an outie belly button, you're Abby normal.
Abby.
Normal. Sorry. All right. It is time to wrap this up and go to break, and we are going to do that. Oh, and by the way, Chuck, when we come back from break, can I play our new intro?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can do it. Do it.
All right. Answer wrong and win with Chuck Ritchie. First, Chuck, what you use to wipe a runny nose?
My refrigerator.
Oh, an event you'd see at the Olympics.
Competitive Cheeto eating on the couch.
Something you can deduct from your taxes.
My dog's grooming.
And something you might do while vacationing at a lake.
Surf the internet.
That's so wrong, but probably. All right, when we come back, we'll take a look, see if we got any local birthdays, some news and nuggets, a little history, goofy holidays, and we wrap it all up with the odd news, but you got to stay right here with me and Chuck. It's your Northern Lights Public Radio KCHW Morning Show.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
We interrupt this program to annoy you and make things generally irritating.
Put that cookie down now!
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
It's 8:17.
Programming on KCHW is made possible in part by listeners like you and by
Country Chevrolet. Country Chevrolet, located at 880 South Main Street in Colville, is a full-service Chevrolet dealership, offering a wide range of new and pre-owned vehicles with at-home mobile test drive service available. In addition, Country Chevrolet also offers maintenance and service, vehicle rentals, and full auto detailing. More information is available at countrychevy.com or by calling 509-684-8400. KCHW would like to thank Country Chevrolet for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, April the 11th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Leaders from across Alabama are banding together in a united effort to combat gun violence and to seek effective solutions.
Alabama has one of the highest rates of gun violence in the country, with 25 gun deaths per 100,000 residents, almost double the national average. Nikisha Tilton with Moms Demand Action says one key contributor is the lack of gun safety protections and programs. She outlines key areas for improvement.
A good ecosystem has
several parts. You would have community violence intervention teams that consist of street outreach workers and also having significant programs for youth.
She says another key part that's missing from the state's ecosystem to reduce gun violence is collaboration among community groups. She calls attention to the work of the Selma Center for Nonviolence, Truth, and Reconciliation as an example. It has reduced homicides by 50% since 2015 through its work. Shantia Hudson reporting.
Meantime, 5 people arrested and multiple firearms recovered. That after a Wednesday afternoon shooting, it occurred in West Philadelphia. That from WBAL. The shooting unfolded at roughly 2:30 at the Clara Mohammed Square, where about 1,000 people had gathered for a celebration. WBAL reports one woman told a local station there were families, children, and elderly people in attendance for an Islamic religious celebration that marked the end of the holy month of Ramadan. And clean water advocates in Minnesota and around the country are cheering new drinking water standards announced by the Environmental Protection Agency that are tied to so-called forever chemicals.
The EPA unveiled the final rule that for the first time sets a legally enforceable drinking water benchmark for PFAS chemicals all states will have to follow. Minnesota Director for Clean Water Action, Ivana Stark, says requiring near zero levels sends a strong message.
We keep hearing from polluters that it's too hard to stop using these chemicals, and this standard really says, no, actually, this is something that we can do.
There is some concern from operators of public water systems who fret about cost to update facilities. However, officials note there's federal funding to help with the transition. Minnesota recently adopted its own PFAS law, which emphasizes product bans following a 2018 settlement with manufacturer 3M over claims its production of PFAS chemicals damaged drinking water and natural resources. Under the new rule, the EPA estimates between 6 and 10% of 66,000 public drinking water systems around the U.S. may have to take action to reduce PFAS. All of them have 3 years to complete initial monitoring. I'm Mike Moen reporting.
This is Public News Service. Environmental activists are rallying today in Sunnyvale, asking the American company Ruby River Capital, LLC, to drop a lawsuit that the protesters call a grave threat to climate action.
Ruby River is suing the government of Canada after the government denied permits for a proposed liquefied natural gas terminal in Quebec. Clayton Tucker with the Trade Justice Education Fund says the suit initially asked arbitrators to fine the government $20 billion for loss of future profits, but then scaled the request down to $1 billion.
It is not democratic for corporations to have their own private justice system to punish governments for trying to protect the people and the planet. If the people of Quebec or anywhere say, hey, we don't actually want this, then that's democracy. That's how it works.
I'm Suzanne Potter.
Similar protests are also taking place today at Ruby River offices in Texas, Delaware, and in Canada. Nursing homes across South Dakota will soon receive a boost in support as part of the most recent legislative session.
Facilities that care for Medicaid recipients are reimbursed by the state for some of the cost of that care. Reimbursement rates have been calculated based on patient needs, occupancy, and what's available in the state budget. Last year, the South Dakota legislature increased that rate from about 75% to 100%. And House Bill 1167 now allows the Medicaid reimbursement rate to be adjusted annually to keep up with inflation and other changes. AARP South Dakota Advocacy Director Eric Nelson says he's glad lawmakers are giving nursing homes attention.
We have seen a number of nursing homes close in recent years. Financial considerations were a factor in that, along with workforce and some other issues.
15 nursing homes have closed across the state since 2019. 6 of the remaining 98 are on a federal list of facilities that are not meeting basic standards of care. In addition to a lack of funding, the average staff turnover rate is 54%. I'm Kathleen Shannon.
Finally, from our Catherine Carley, advocates for women veterans who've experienced sexual trauma while serving in the military are asking state lawmakers for much-needed funding.
Previous legislation backed the creation of 2 sexual trauma liaisons at community-based organizations in the state, but funding never came to fruition. Executive Director of the Augusta-based Sisters in Arms Center, Rebecca Cornell DeHoo, says lawmakers have a chance to help veteran survivors rebuild their lives.
To have a consistent clinician there to provide that trauma treatment to the women veterans in a place that they're safe, I think can really, really support their recovery.
There are more than 10,000 women veterans currently living in Maine.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Don't forget, you can listen online too at kchw.org.
Jedi have landed in the main hangar bay. We're tracking them.
I told you about them two.
Always two. There are a master and an apprentice.
Go. I'll stall them long enough for you two to get a head start.
These are the boys that were brought to trial. The judge sentenced them to 3 years in prison and suspend the sentence. Suspend the sentence? They went free that very day.
Yeah, looks pretty bad. Good. 2 of them are over here.
They may think it's twice as safe because there are 2 of them. But it isn't twice as safe. It's 10 times twice as dangerous.
There's 2 of them. One of them's got a gun.
It's Chuck.
Did you pay the gas bill?
No, I didn't. No,
I didn't. 2 of them?
Oh, yeah, we have 2 of them.
The only way we're going to get those 2 to successfully mate is if they are alone together.
1 gorilla, 2 gorillas. Big deal.
So glad we're in separate rooms.
Right.
And we're back, right, Chuck?
1 gorilla, 2 gorilla. Same as always.
Right, before we roll out those local birthdays, I just popped to see if any new news stories had popped up, and I see that O.J. Simpson has passed away at age 76.
What? Wow.
Yes, passed away today. Let's see if there's some more details on there. Of course, he became one of the most famous Americans of all time during the controversial double murder trial. He passed away at 76. Statement issued by his family today said that he had succumbed to his battle with cancer on Wednesday after his diagnosis was first reported in February.
Wow. Well,
one news story. This is startling, and maybe those rich criminals in America should take notice. In Vietnam, True My Lan, Vietnamese billionaire, sentenced to death for committing $44 billion in fraud.
Wow.
I've never heard of such a thing. Wow.
Wow. A death sentence for fraud. That's
Yes, that's crazy.
American judicial system.
And things that make you say and things that make you say yay will be some local birthdays. Do we have any, Chuck?
We do. We have some local birthdays today. We have Greg Rutherford and Dawn. Pardon me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Dawn Buick.
I think that's right.
B-E-U-C-K. Buick.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Happy birthday, everybody. Yeah.
All right. Round of applause for them. And if it's your birthday, too, you know them, you love them, see them around town, point and laugh. Tell them we talked about them on the radio. Celebrity birthdays that shared today. Joss Stone, 37. Kelly Garner from Lars and the Real Girl, 40. Model and actress Alessandra Ambrosio from Daddy's Home Films, 43. Jennifer Esposito, Aquafina is Nora from Queens, and NCIS is 51. British TV personality Jeremy Clarkson, 64. And Louise Lasser from Mary Hartman. Mary Hartman, you have to be old to remember that show, 85.
Oh, wow. That's funny. I was like, what day are you on, Scott? And you're reading them from youngest to oldest today. Switching things up on me.
Just a little dyslexic. Would you like to do history? And if you want, you can do it in reverse.
I would. So let's start with the most current news. 2021, 20-year-old Dante Wright shot and killed by a traffic stop officer in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, who says they mistook their gun for a taser. Okay. 2020, Farm Aid was held virtually. Farm Aid at home included Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, Neil Young, Dave Matthews, Black Pumas. I do like them. Bonnie Raitt, Boz Scaggs, Brandy Carlisle, Chris Stapleton, Eddie Brickell, Jack Johnson, Jamie Johnson, and a whole bunch of others.
Wow.
Yeah. 2015, President Barack Obama and Cuban President Raul Castro, they met at the Summit of the Americas in Panama for talks aimed at thawing relations. The historic meeting marked the first interaction in decades between the top leaders of the two nations. Okay. Then 2009, the big controversy at the White House when Chicago-born President Barack Obama had 140 people over to the executive mansion at night for some deep dish pizza. St. Louis deep dish pizza, and to be specific, Mark Malnati, owner of 30 Lou Malnati's Pizzeria in Chicago area. But that was worded weird. Okay. Owner of 30 of these pizza chains in the Chicago area, said he liked Obama's economic policy, but thought the president's pizza policy should change. Failing to see the controversy there, but okay. 2003, thieves broke into a safe and stole $1,020 from a prison. A spokesman for Spring Hill Prison near Aylesbury, England, said the crime took place in the prison's reception area.
Okay.
Good on you for making use of available resources, right?
The question to ask is, since I'm already here, do I still have to go to jail?
Right. What are you going to do? Lock me up? Okay. 1981, on this day, 12 days after someone tried to assassinate him, President Reagan returned to the White House. Okay. 1970, the Apollo 13 was launched. Okay. Then 1882, the U.S. patent number 2556, 2665 was issued for the block clock. It was an alarm clock mounted over the bed that at a set time dropped 24 small wooden blocks on the sleeper. I like that. I like it. 1868, U.S. Army Commander Ulysses S. Grant was stopped for speeding in his horse-drawn buggy. 3 months later, he was stopped again and fined $5. That was probably a lot of money back then. Then the last one here in 1865, Abraham Lincoln made his last public speech.
On this day. Wow.
On this day, yeah.
All right, special events for today. It's a barbershop quartet day. Let's go, Chuck. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Okay, maybe not.
Okay. I was trying.
Right. It's pet day, so please pat one on the head.
Yes.
All right.
Pat a pet.
Louie Day, don't play it backwards.
Oh, why not? Is it?
I don't know.
Is it evil if you play it backwards?
Yes.
Was that one of the things with that song?
No.
Was that everything? Okay.
I think it was. There was something about playing it backwards or something. But
remember back in the day, that was all in the 80s, especially during the satanic panic. That was all the thing, man. Oh, kids are playing records backwards and getting satanic messages. Oh, yeah.
8-track tape day. That's right.
Yeah. I've had I have we have an 8-track player right here in the station right now.
So as a highlight for 8-track tape day today, during the noon hour, Chuck will be interrupting each song with a giant click.
And it eats the tape.
It's Library Workers Day. Mm-hmm. Good job, library workers.
Yeah.
A National Pet Day, Submarine Day, and World Parkinson's Disease Day.
You skipped one in there, and I'm wondering why, because it's the best one on the list, Scott.
Oh, Cheese Fondue Day. I'm so sorry.
Day. Ooh, that's a good idea. We might have some cheese fondue tonight.
All right.
I don't know.
A number of the day is disgusting.
That is, what in the world? Wow. Okay, get this, everybody. The number of the day is 15, and this is a shockingly huge number. Shocking. I can't even imagine being able to do this, even if I wanted to, which I would never want to. The number of the day is 15. Those are the percentage of Americans who say they secretly bite their toenails.
You got to be flexible to bite your own toenails.
I can't even know.
I belong to a different club. There is only 2% of us in the population. Those are the people that bite other people's toenails.
Hey, honey, you want me to get that?
I'm sorry, but it's a thing.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Sorry.
I really hope you're kidding, Scott.
No, I love it.
No, I love it.
I was trying really hard to get you. I saw you drinking that coffee. I was really hoping it would come out your nose.
It was close. Oh.
All right, a few what we call news and nuggets. It's news on the lighter side, and I am going to start off with the second one, Chuck, because we already talked about the new internet nutrition label, or label that internet companies have to start putting out now that gives the information on their speeds and stuff. But the one I liked was Scrabble. The iconic word game has challenged players for over 75 years, breaking new ground with its latest version, Scrabble Together.
Yeah.
The game has a double-sided board offering players a more inclusive and collaborative experience. Players opting for Scrabble Together will engage in team challenges while having access to helpful helper cards to navigate tricky word puzzles. Scrabble Together is currently available exclusively in Europe.
I don't know what to think about this one, Scott. I mean, you don't Scrabble's a big game in our home. We keep our we have a nice wooden Scrabble board that we keep in the coffee table. Comes out often. You don't mess with my Scrabble, man.
Scrabble teams, though?
Man, I don't know. I'd have to see it. I saw the report on this before, and it kind of the report I saw was that it was to make Scrabble easier because Scrabble is too challenging.
Oh,
and I'm
that's not right.
It's just a word game. Come on, it's a good one.
All right.
I love this next one though. The next one is is the interstate mullet toss. Yes.
Okay.
You heard that right. The interstate mullet toss is coming soon. This is April 26th through the 28th. It started as a reason to just party. It's become one of the biggest beach parties on the Gulf Coast. Those that participate in the mullet toss will throw a dead mullet over the state line of Florida and Alabama to see who gets the furthest. Proceeds from... what is a dead mullet? Is it? I mean,
I don't know.
Is
it an animal? Because that sounds wrong.
That sounds really wrong. I mean, it's a hairdo, right?
That's what I thought, but maybe I thought maybe for a second you were reading a misprint and it was a mallet, but no, it says dead. So, all right.
Yeah. So the proceeds...
Oh, it's a fish.
Oh,
it's a redfish.
Okay.
Now it makes sense.
It does.
I thought they were chopping off my hair and winging it across the freeway.
I'm picturing like dudes with mullets and jean jackets and little mustaches getting tossed over the state line. Oh, wow. So the proceeds from every mullet tossed will go to local youth charities. The Interstate Mullet Toss raises about $40,000 for charities each year.
So glad we got that straightened out.
I'm gonna go back to that. I'm just gonna go back to a bunch of dudes with mullets though, being tossed across the state line.
Doesn't it?
Get out of my state, you mullet head.
Kind of reminds me of when me and Sammy made the trek from Washington to Maine, and the first rainstorm we hit, I turn on the windshield wipers, and the passenger side wiper, as it comes up, it breaks off, and it literally flies through the air maybe 30, 40 feet all the way into the other side of the freeway and oncoming traffic. And I thought, wow, I bet you those people were wondering where that windshield wiper came from. It just broke their window. But it literally just took off like somebody heaved it over the freeway. Pretty cool.
Wow. I need to replace the motor in my wiper. My wipers. I didn't know that was possible. It goes,
yeah, it is,
and just barely moves across the windshield. It's kind of annoying. Yep.
Try some WD-40 in there.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
All right, not to be outdone by the mullet toss, the world's largest trivia contest begins tomorrow, the 12th, at Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Held in the spring of each year since 1970, the contest runs for 54 consecutive hours and keeps teams running, searching, and paging for answers to media-oriented trivia questions.
I like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So this one here, they say that trying to quit smoking is less stressful than the smoking itself.
Okay.
I can see that. So cigarette smokers suffer more stress than both non-smokers and those who have quit. According to a survey of 2,250 adults, 50% of smokers say they frequently experience stress. Hold on. Sorry about that. Compared with 35% of former smokers who gave up the habit, some claim relieves stress, and 31% who never took it up. That is worded weird again. The survey found that smokers are less happy with their overall quality of life.
Okay.
So, yeah. There's a bunch of numbers in there. So basically, quit smoking.
The whole story stressed me out.
Right?
Chuck, if you're aiming to live in the present, you'll want to restrict yourself to the last 15 seconds because that's how long we perceive the current moment. In other words, what you are seeing at the present moment is not a fresh snapshot of the world, but rather an average of what you've seen in the past 10 to 15 seconds. Wrap your head around that. At you. Bless you, Chuck.
Right.
Are you okay?
Thank you. No, I'm good. I got a tickly
the
nose.
Heimlich?
No, I'm good. I'm good. No, I like that. 10, 15 seconds. Does that mean the things that I did 15 seconds ago that were embarrassing, I can just forget about it because it's done and gone? Perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect. I like that. If you missed the days when everyone left a voicemail, after the beep could be a website to bookmark. After the beep. After the beep is a site where users can leave an anonymous voicemail for others to hear. To leave that message, simply call the number at the top of the screen. To listen to messages, you just press play on those that have already been left for the world to hear.
Okay.
Just beep and leave a message.
For people that have too much time.
Isn't that just like Facebook, but with words?
Yeah. I used to, I loved having an answer machine and being able to put the goofy messages on it and stuff. I mean, for years, I actually sold a CD of funny answering machine messages that you could, put on your answer machine. Like one of them would be in a spooky voice with spooky music behind it, and it would say, "The serial killer you have just called is already inside your home."
I remember I left one once like, don't leave a message. We're not going to check it anyway, something like that. And I get a call from my mom. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, your message you sounded depressed and like you didn't want to hear from anybody. Is everything okay?" Yeah, so I had to start making cheerier messages because my mom was worried about me.
I had the phone disconnected when you call, and you get the do-do-do, and it would go do-do-do, and it'd say, "The imaginary number you just called has been disconnected. Please rotate your phone 90 degrees and try again."
I was like, the typical, "Hello?
Hello?
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 Hello?"
I think I did one for a while that was, "Thank you for calling Pizza Hut. How may I take your order?" Hello?
Hello? All right, let's wrap this show up, Chuck. We've got the goofiest stories of the day. It is today's Odd News.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your Odd News on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we always kick off today's Odd News with the news attack. First part true, second part bad joke. Here comes Chuck Ritchie.
So Consumer Reports says Lunchables, they're not a safe school lunch. So please replace them with a Hot Pocket.
So the weirdos at Consumer Reports want kids to learn what a vegetable looks like?
What?
What?
Nuh-uh. What's wrong with you?
Lunchables versus the Hot Pocket. Okay.
They're either blazing, blistering hot or ice cold. There's no in between.
So I don't understand how they claim it's not a safe school lunch. Now I can understand it's not a healthy school lunch, but how is it not safe? Is that candy bar dangerous?
I mean, yeah, are kids clubbing each other over the head with their Lunchables, or
does it spoil in the 4 hours between 8 and noon?
I think it can. I think that's probably why.
That's why it's not safe. That's probably why it's not safe. Okay.
I mean, have you ever had the meat in those things? It's marginally safe straight out of the refrigerator case. It's delicious.
It's delicious.
It is a meat adjacent flavor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right, whose turn is it?
I'll go. Researchers said a dead star and a black hole may have collided. Black holes are fascinating, but tragically, every year there's a tourist who gets too close to the edge and takes a selfie.
No.
Yep, fell in a black hole.
Stay on the path, people.
All right.
Oh, and I didn't need this reminder. Tax day is Monday. It's Americans' least favorite day of the year, right after National Vegetable Day.
Yep. And you thought baseball made you bored and crabby.
Oh.
All right. In a survey of people getting tax refunds, most say they'll use them to pay bills. Not me. I'm using my refund to buy a house I can't afford.
Yep. Pretty much.
Now, if I get any refund, I'm sure it'll go to groceries and be quickly gone.
It'll just go. That's the sound of my tax returns. So Donald Trump's top financial guy was sentenced to 5 months in prison for perjury. In the finance world, that's just a sabbatical with terrible networking opportunities.
Hey, not every ladder climber can put that on their LinkedIn profile. Yeah, I worked for Donald Trump. I'm just another one of his people that have went to jail.
One in a string.
You might go visit soon and stay.
Right.
Look, Donald came to visit, and he's staying.
I mean,
he gave him his own jumpsuit.
At this point, I wouldn't even say it's terrible networking opportunities because that's just, that's where the people in your field are these days. Yeah.
All right. Wacky but true. Chuck, will you go again?
Yeah, so a guy in the UK rented a couple of mobility scooters worth about $2,000 each and then decided to steal them. He started loading them into a van in front of a police station. Officers noticed the guy's odd behavior as well as the rental company's logo on the sides of the scooters. Just, wow.
Hey.
That's not mine. I'm telling you, baby, that's not mine. I don't even know what this is. This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
What was he thinking? They can track them all and see exactly where they're setting.
Right? Have you ever heard of the Lime scooters that are around towns? You've heard of people trying to steal those.
Yeah, you don't get very far, do you?
Like you have an app on your phone that tells you where they are. Like, they're being traced. Yep.
And if they're worth $2,000 and you try to steal a Lime scooter, that's a felony, dummy.
Right. Not to mention Lime can just go boop and shut it off while you're driving it.
Downhill at 80.
Yep.
Have you ever dreamt of seeing your artwork displayed in a prestigious museum next to an iconic pieces of renowned artists? Well, one bold museum employee in Munich, Germany made that dream a reality. I cannot even try to say it. It's like the Pinkothek der Modern, a 51-year-old. That's a museum.
I think you got it.
You think I nailed it?
I think you nailed that. Yeah.
Oh, Scott nailed it. Woo! 51-year-old worker from Technical Services Department decided to take matters in his own hands and hung his own artwork on the museum walls without permission. His motive, to potentially attract future opportunities by showcasing his talent alongside masterpieces by the likes of Picasso and Mark. Employee was promptly fired.
I mean, you gotta give him a hand for the gumption.
Let's talk about art.
God, not those finger paintings again. They certainly were a waste of money.
The difference between Cal's taste in art and mine is that I have some.
You see, none of it was real. It was illusion. Your art, your science, it was all a nightmare. And now it's done. Finished.
All right, so no charges.
Wow. That's cool. I mean, I actually appreciate that. He didn't hurt anything. He just hung his art up. Good for you,
fired.
Dude.
Must not have been good.
I know. Must have been awful. So a 33-year-old Caleb Antonio Serrano, he was seen speeding going 85 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone in Nashville the other day. Officers stopped Caleb and say he reeked of alcohol. They had him exit his car for questioning, and he admitted to drinking at least 3 pints of lager. He then performed poorly on his sobriety test and thanked the officers for stopping him.
He was really drunk then.
Right?
Let's go live to the scene.
Thank you so much for being my friend. You can do it!
I shouldn't have been on the road. Thank you for keeping everybody safe, Oscar.
Recent incident in the Las Vegas airport took an unexpected turn when a California woman's disruptive behavior led to her arrest. Alonica Dillard found herself in hot water after allegedly causing a scene on Spirit Airlines. According to reports, Dillard's behavior included yelling, growling, and even snapping her teeth at other passengers as if she were about to bite them. Flight crew members and a gate supervisor had no choice but to deny Dillard boarding due to her behavior, deeming her a threat to fellow passengers. Despite attempts to reason with her, Dillard remained uncooperative and refused to comply with authorities. Situation escalated when she allegedly lunged at an officer in a biting motion during her arrest. Ultimately, Dillard had to be physically removed from the plane.
I mean, we've all been there, you know?
I hate bitey people.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
Oh, she bit me.
She bit me. Completely insane.
That woman could bite through nails.
Yeah, she chews them instead of gum.
She can bite through nails. She chews them instead of gum. I know her.
Right?
Know her.
Wow.
Last story is all you.
Yeah, so a man in China sued his ex-girlfriend because she insisted on bringing her stuffed animal on dates throughout the relationship. The boyfriend said he had to buy extra food and tickets to the movies just for the stuffed dog. What? Eventually, the boyfriend snapped. He broke up with his girlfriend and decided the mental anguish caused by the stuffed dog deserved compensation.
Ooh.
Wow. They bought the stuffed animal food?
That's ridiculous.
Who could afford that, especially at a movie?
Yeah. Women.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
I think only birds look well stuffed because they're kind of passive to begin with.
Oh, the stuffed animal Hall of Fame!
It's a trick. Get an axe.
It goes that date, doesn't it?
I'm just wondering how long do you deal with that before you're like, okay, this isn't going to work out?
Well,
I mean,
like most guys, I'd say, well, how hot is she? That is the length of time you can tolerate that, Chuck. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't think I could afford that.
Dog wants steak.
I'm just thinking about like $35 for an extra thing of popcorn at the movies that's not even going to get eaten. No,
I bet
thank you.
she just wants to double up.
Right. It's just an excuse to eat more food.
That's right.
Wow.
What is on the agenda for tonight on our local radio station, Chuck Ritchie?
Well, today is Thursday, so we have tonight, I got to scroll to the next page, 6 to 8 p.m. is Out of the Woods, 8 to 9 p.m. with Kelton a Twist, then 9 to 11 p.m. is Acoustic Cafe. And I'd like to remind everyone once again to go to ChihuilasGotTalent.com, go to KCHW.org, go to our Facebook page, wherever you want, and sign up for Chihuilas Got Talent. We're going to get those tickets up and available for sale next week. Hopefully by Monday or over the weekend, we'll get those tickets available online to sell. They're going to be $15 a ticket for the main event, which is going to be May 4th, over at the Center for the Arts.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Let's see. Today, we have the food bank open from 10 to 2, line dancing from 2:30 to 4:30. You ever want more information on these, they're on the Chihuahua Chamber website. Then for Friday morning, you've got a Chamber of Commerce meeting at 7 a.m., adult pickleball at the old middle school, 9 to 11:30. Saturday, citywide cleanup begins at 8, and you meet in the Napa parking lot. Usually there's a lunch afterwards at the American Legion, so I hope they're doing that again.
Yeah, they're having barbecue.
Barbecue, nice.
Yeah.
9 to 4, Gold Hill Trail Work Party. 11 to 2, Chihuahua Creative District Annual Membership Meeting. Saturday is a very, very busy day.
There you go. And the that Creative District meeting, that is open to the public. It's not just for members. And there's going to be we're calling it a Creative Visioning Summit, which is going to be getting feedback from the community and seeing how we're doing, things we can improve upon, things the community wants to see from us, and sort of an explanation of some things have been changing, and get it out there on what's going on, and a little discussion about what the creative economy means to the area. So there you go.
All right, all that stuff coming up, and we will return tomorrow morning at 7:15 to take you into the weekend. It's KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio with Scott and Chuck this morning.
Bye, everybody.
Hey.
Put that cookie down now!
Oh, is that what you want? Yup! Because that's how you get ants.
It's that time of the year. Ants are everywhere.
You can have whatever kind of cat you like. I am going to sit here and boo.